All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 728. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who recently got into a car accident with a can of peas, Wombat.
It was a can of seltzer.
Okay, close enough. That's better. You're lucky it wasn't a can of peas.
And we're lucky it wasn't a full-on accident, too, because it was pretty close.
With the peas?
Pretty close.
The peas were going too fast?
No. So my wife was going to make a left turn, right?
No,
and
left.
Yeah. And she's going to make this left. And she has the light. Yeah, I totally got me. And the car in front of her also had the light. But for some reason, at the last second, decided, no, I don't want to make this left right now. And just stopped instead of making the left, even though they had the light. So my wife, who's getting ready, she's speeding up to make the left turn, had to brake really hard in order to not hit this car in front of us that decided to stop for no reason. And when she broke, we were coming back from the supermarket. You ever see a 12-pack of, they were cans of seltzer, 12, like those tubes, cardboard tubes?
Are they cardboard or they're cans?
The cans are in a cardboard box.
I don't know. Okay. I know about cardboard boxes and cans. That I'm familiar with. The tubes, I'm not. What are these tubes you're talking about?
They come in like rectangular boxes.
But how's that a tube?
They're tubey-like.
He's talking about the longer, skinnier variety of the boxes rather than the. It's basically a 2-row setup rather than a 3x4.
I see.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't buy soda or anything. So
well, it's not soda; it's seltzer.
Whatever.
So
I said anything.
Yeah, she stopped short, and all the groceries that were in the back of the SUV flew forward at great force. One of them being the cans of seltzer actually flew out of the box, and one of the cans smacked me right in the elbow.
I have questions.
My arm like this. Yes.
What's going on in the trunk there that lets stuff come out of the trunk into the passenger cabin?
There is no trunk. It's an SUV.
SUVs don't have trunks?
They have just back space.
That seems really unsafe. They don't have any. How do people not get killed by shit hitting them in the back of the head when they get into accidents?
I think they do. Didn't that happen in like Final Destination?
No, 2? I mean, how doesn't that happen like all the time? Because I feel like I didn't know that they have unsecured stuff. And if you have an SUV, you have to sacrifice.
Where did you think the stuff was at in the back of an SUV?
I mean,
I thought they had like some sort of cover for it. Like I have a hatchback and there's a cover. So if I stop short, nothing in the trunk comes.
There's optional covers that you can get.
You have to pay extra.
I mean, not in the Explorer. There would really be nothing.
There's not an optional cover in the Explorer.
Not really. No.
Are you sure?
No, because it has
you can buy.
It has the third row seating. So
mine
really
has the third row seating too.
Wouldn't make sense. Now the third row seating was down. If the third row seating was up, it probably wouldn't have hit me. But that was down because we had large items in there the day before.
It hit you all the way in the first row seating?
I was sitting in the passenger seat, in the front. And that can flew from all the way in the back.
That's crazy. What's the point of the trunk even? Why just dump everything in the back seat then?
And it was probably going, I honestly don't know how fast it was, but it hurt like a son of a bitch.
And the second row of seats wasn't down?
The second row of seats were up.
How did it get past your second row of seats?
Because our second row of seats are captain's chairs.
So there's nothing in the middle and then took a curve to hit you in the
No, my arm was like this. Like behind the driver's seat, like my arm was up, just kind of, resting.
What did you say when it hit your arm?
Well, that's the funny part was, my first reaction was, because Elliot was in the car and my wife was driving, was, is everyone okay?
Right.
And I look around, and as soon as that, like everyone was okay, and this is probably like 20 seconds of time, it was, okay, you're okay. You're okay. The car isn't damaged. Ow!
And they went, oh, my arm, it's broken.
Yeah. It was like everything was fine. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm in a lot of pain. It took like 30 seconds for my brain to acknowledge that.
How was the seltzer?
I was bleeding, and the seltzer was fine. It was just one can that was ruined.
Did you open it up right then?
My son drank it. in the car.
Nice.
Like,
It didn't go everywhere?
It went it didn't get too bad. It really didn't get everywhere. It got a little bit in the center console, but that was about it. And it's seltzer, so it's not like it's going to get too gross. It's not like we had to over worry about it. Just kind of.
Wait, but so you had your son open up this can of seltzer and spray it all over your car too?
No, it didn't spray. At least I don't think so. Not that I noticed.
I'm getting confused on the details.
We were just more relieved.
The physics inside of Wombat's SUV are crazy.
Yes. But yeah, it went from all the way in the back to the front.
From the back to the front. Are you going to look into getting some sort of cargo net or something?
I don't think we need a cargo net or anything. It was an isolated incident. It's fine. You know, my car is a little safer.
If somebody hits you from behind, you're going to have the same problem, right, Chip? I mean, you're the scientist here.
I mean, it was no. I don't think no. Someone
had his arm somewhere it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but if my arm wasn't there, that can would have hit the windshield.
Wait, what do you mean your arm was somewhere?
He had his arm behind the driver's seat.
My arm was up behind the driver.
He was like this.
Why?
Well, not that far back. It's not like I had my arm like that. It was just like this.
Why? Just for fun?
It's comfortable.
It is?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
It's a comfortable position.
Except when shit is flying at it at 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
It's less comfortable.
Well, like I said, if my arm wasn't there, I'd rather get a bruise and a gash in my elbow than although getting a windshield repaired, I guess, isn't the
right.
I can see Wombat doing that on a plane. You're just sitting there in the row back from Wombat. He reclines that chair, and then that arm just comes right back there too.
I don't even go on planes. I like putting my arm around my wife's chair equates to rude on airplanes. Yeah,
that's a big accusation.
Yeah, that's like a leap.
I was like, Wombat is a man of comfort. This is how he likes his arm.
You take your shoes off on the plane, Wombat?
I haven't been on a plane in like
I'm
7
saying
years.
In the last 10 times that you went on a plane, did you take your shoes off? I have
never taken my shoes off in an airplane. In an airport, I have because they won't let you through the gate without doing it.
Right. That's worthwhile too.
Yeah. But no, I've never taken my shoes off on an airplane.
Right.
I support you there.
I do that all.
No, I'm supportive of you there.
I take my shoes off, but I got to be in.
I'm not supportive of Cheapy there.
No, but you're in business. In business class, they give you slippers and stuff. They expect you to take your shoes off. That's why they give you.
Anyway, thank you for asking if I was safe and okay. I appreciate that.
Well, we know you are. We talked to you since then. It's not like we just heard about this.
But yeah, no,
I can pretend that I didn't know what
honestly, it was really scary when it happened because the car also like the anti-lock brakes kicked in, and there was that second of did we actually hit something? But it was just that jerk of stopping short and everything flying and the loud sound because when the cans crashed forward, it made that same kind of sound.
Did you yell at your wife for driving poorly?
No, I did not.
Really? You didn't even say not even a little, like what the fuck?
Maybe a little.
Yeah, come on.
Maybe a little.
Right. Like what? Quote. What's the exact quote? Or the tone? Choose one.
You know what it is? Everyone in my family makes fun of my driving.
Right.
Because I'm too safe a driver. That's literally what they say about me. You drive too safe.
Right. I would never complain about that.
That's the complaint. And I was like, see, now who's too safe a driver?
Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
And then you went, oh, no. You said it like that. Oh, see why I drive so safe.
Mm-hmm. And I said, can we get home, please, so I can put some ice on my elbow?
Right. Maybe if she stops short again, the ice will just come up from the back.
And then I had to cook. Then I still had to cook for everybody.
Honey, turn left and slam on the brakes. Anyway, I'm glad you're okay. And there was no
no, it was fine. It was scary in the moment, but everything seems to be okay now.
Did you curse out the other driver at all? Because
that guy was like an asshole.
I'm always cursing out everybody.
Who does that?
I think have big problems because I don't have road rage because I'll just curse the person out and just move on. Like
you would have had full on road rage. You would have been out there with a tire iron.
No, I'm not looking for that.
You would have been that guy, and it would have been just me and Chip doing this show without you this week.
Right. I could be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a tire iron though.
Tire iron and a camouflage shirt. You're totally and the shaved head. You're that guy.
Nah. I'm always smiling. and not beating people.
Until you're not.
Smiling and not beating people. That's my personality. What are we sure to talk about here? I saw that you made something disgusting from the cookbook I got you.
Yes, you bought me for my birthday. You bought me the Elder Scrolls cookbook.
If I knew that it was going to result in you combining oysters and ground beef together, I probably wouldn't have gotten it.
First of all, it's a recipe in the book.
I know, but I feel like
you say it like I made that up.
I know, but I feel like that recipe was in there as like a dare. Like, let's see if we can get somebody to make this fucking thing.
It's, if you're familiar with the game of Skyrim, you're familiar with the Horker, which is like a walrus, but in Skyrim, and it has 3 tusks instead of 2.
Right.
Yep.
And if you kill them, you get the Horker meat. This was a Horker meatloaf.
Horker loaf, if you will.
Horker loaf. And I guess because it's supposed to be like walrus, the assumption is that if you mix like a seafood with a ground meat, that's probably what walrus tastes like.
I've not had walrus
before. Me neither.
A little surf and turf.
Yeah. So the recipe calls for 3 ounces of smoked canned oysters with your 1.5 pounds of ground meat.
How are canned oysters? I don't know that I've ever partaken.
You put them in a food processor with 3 cloves of garlic and a full carrot.
No, I don't.
Well, I'm saying the recipe calls for the oysters in a food processor with 3 cloves of garlic and a full large carrot.
Are you making a drink? What is this?
So by the time you grind it all up kind of into like this oyster garlic carrot paste, the oyster flavor is kind of gone because the garlic and the carrot kind of overpower it where you barely taste it. And then you fold it in with the meat and the egg and the storm cloak spice that I also made. I did make the storm cloak spice, which is really good. That's just dill and mustard powder and black pepper. It's really nothing too crazy.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
there was bacon too, right?
Yeah, there's bacon in it. Without the oysters, it's a fine recipe. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Once you add in the oysters, it gets a little weird. That being said, everyone in the house ate it and enjoyed it.
Is that true? Come on.
100%.
Everyone?
Well, not Sabrina because she doesn't eat anything. But Elliot and Laura, yeah, they ate.
How is that everyone?
They clean their plates.
Family staple now?
I don't.
She's not in the family anymore?
I said I would make it again, but I wouldn't make it with the oysters.
Oh, okay.
That's a meatloaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because it is true. Even though you don't really taste it, you know it's there.
Yeah, you were part of that. You experienced that as you were making it, going, what am I doing?
Yeah. No, you're
wrong.
You're 100% correct. But there was also that part of me. It is the recipe, and I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, my wife made the candy that's in the cookbook.
Also with oysters.
No, that's just sugar and sugar. But
do they have churros?
No, it's sugar, tea, and honey. And she made these twisty, like hard candies that happen to be delicious.
What were those called? I don't remember candies. And
I know it's like something taffy. It's like Stormcloak taffy or something like that. But
everything Stormcloak. Every recipe.
But it's really good because it's just, it tastes like tea and honey.
It's candy.
Candies. Yeah, candy.
Cool.
So
nice. Good. I'm glad you got used of it. And you fed your family.
But I fed my family. We made technically 3 things in there because we made the spices. So yeah.
You can throw it out now.
I wore my apron while I made the meatloaf.
There's no picture of that though.
I thought I think my wife took one. I think I tried to send it to you, but yeah. Would I make it again? Modified. I'd make it again modified. I might even skip. Well, the bacon was pretty good.
Substitute the bacon, more bacon for oysters.
The recipe calls for 6 cloves of garlic. And 6 cloves of garlic, whatever you make, it doesn't matter. It's going to taste like garlic. Mm. It was a very heavy garlic flavor.
You went with the individual little pieces of garlic, right? Not like
not
entire...
6. No.
A bundle.
My son was with me when I bought the ingredients and I had the recipe out and I did say, okay, we need to get, it calls for 6 cloves of garlic. And he did start putting 6
right. 6 bags of garlic. Nice. All right.
That was pretty funny. So it's funny that you brought that up because that happened.
I don't know what that's called. Isn't it also a clove?
That's a head.
It's a head
of garlic.
That's what a head of garlic. Okay.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but that's what I call it. So
I trust you.
Yeah, it's not like it's an insane thing to say, but that was my, I guess, exciting weekend.
That was your Skyrim experience.
My Skyrim experience. It was a holiday weekend, and I made a holiday meatloaf.
I saw Curtis Sliwa at the Memorial Day Parade in Little Neck.
Nice.
Just walking down the street, waving at people.
Nice beret, Frenchie.
Yeah, I don't think he was walking in the parade. I think he was just walking in the parade. You know what I mean? Like by the parade, near the parade. I don't know if he was officially in it. That was pretty exciting.
Nice.
Should we do some show feedback?
Sure.
I'll take this one. This is from Idiot Man. Idiot Man. Thanks for writing in. He says, not sure if it's any interest. Here's a list of games I bought over the last 12 months, almost exclusively because of Ship's recommendations on CAG Foreplay, but also the CAGcast. Ready for this list? Elebits, Loco Roco, SSX Blur, Puzzle Quest, Elite Beat Agents, Hotel Dusk, Room 215, Picross and Picross 3D, Rockstar Table Tennis. That was probably my recommendation. Anno 1701. Well. Hey, give me some credit. Dark Sector. That's a great one. Blastworks, Ninja Town, Mushroom Men, Rise of Fungi, El Shaddai. Remember El Shaddai?
Of course. I remember all this. This is a great list of games here.
Red Faction Gorilla, Psyops, Viva Pinata Pocket Paradise, Naughty Bear, Boom Blocks, and Chrome Hounds.
I'm Psyops. I feel like it had to have been an episode I was on.
And Chrome Hounds, I don't think you can even play that anymore because the servers went down like 10 years ago.
I think there was a single player to that, right? There was a campaign.
Maybe there was like
I believe it was like kind of like playing against bots type of thing. That's a great list.
Yeah.
I don't know about Naughty Bear. That might have been an ironic.
Was it maybe?
I think we talked about that a lot.
I hope he at least got the gold edition.
Right.
Well, thanks, Idiot Man, for putting together that list. He says, I buy a lot of games. This is just kind of a small sample, but these are all games I definitely wouldn't have picked up without hearing you guys' recommendations. Just thought you might like to know people still listen to opinions that you had over a decade ago. That's pretty nice.
Psyops is the bomb.
I'm excited just reading the list of those games. Those were some good games.
I had Anno 1701. That was a good game too.
It's pronounced Anus.
Anus? I don't think so. I don't.
Anus. I mean.
Oh, that might be right.
Should we do Watch This, Jerks?
Sure.
Jerks.
Watched a lot of stuff. I saw that Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Is it as good as Sonic the Hedgehog 1?
I would describe it as the perfect film. It is a masterpiece on par with The Godfather and The Godfather 2.
Yes.
And I think everyone will be talking about it in film studies classes probably for decades to come.
Is it funny at least?
No, it's highly enjoyable. I actually really, really liked it.
He's not being he's not being overly
maybe a little
ironic about this.
Maybe a little.
Sonic 2 is better. I liked it a lot more than Sonic 1, which I also enjoyed. You're
a Tails guy.
I am. That is true. I've always been in it for Tails. Sonic 2 is surprisingly enjoyable and funny and well-paced, which I know is something that's like, it feels weird you have to say that, but it knows what it needs to do and how to get there.
Not these days, you have to say it because every movie's 2.5 hours. And
it knows what it's doing. It doesn't dwell. It also does this very unusual thing, especially for a movie that's technically a kid's movie, where it assumes you saw the first one and doesn't explain anything. Like, if you don't remember the sister from the first movie, you're screwed because we're not going to go into what happens.
I don't remember.
And if you don't remember the general and and all the jokes that were made about him, you're screwed on this too. We're not rehashing this. We're not explaining what the deal is with Eggman's sidekick. We're not doing any of that. We're assuming you saw the first movie, and we're just moving this plot along, whether you like it or not. And to be perfectly honest, it was awesome that they did that. It made the movie so much better that it didn't dwell on making sure you knew who these people were. They just assumed you knew, and if you didn't, too damn bad.
Right.
And
it took the Marvel movie approach of just like here we are.
Yeah.
This is where we're at. Catch up.
And I like that, which is, a very Sonic thing to say.
Is that going to any free service anytime soon?
Sonic 2 is on Paramount, I believe.
It's on Paramount Plus right now, which I have.
I'm not doing that.
So, yeah.
They're not going to get me to sign up for Paramount Plus.
Not for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, no.
I mean, I can't imagine what they would have to put together to get me over there. I mean,
at the end of this month, though, at least you'll get to watch Doctor Strange. That's coming June 22nd.
Wait, where's that? What's happened?
June 22nd, you get to watch Doctor Strange on
already?
Disney Plus. Yep.
That was fast.
I know. They
Why?
Oh, what do I look like? Bob Iger?
I feel like you know these things.
I don't. I was surprised. They announced it. It was like a surprise announcement today.
I am surprised. Look at me.
Yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, highly enjoyable. I highly recommend it for the family movie night.
I watched a really good movie. Actually, our family watched a really good movie, but it's a little maybe too intense for your younger families. It's called RRR. It's the most successful Indian movie in history. It's an action movie though. So it's really well done. And Ty, like when I told Ty that we were going to watch it, he protested. But it's one of those movies that in the first 5 minutes, you know you made the right choice because there's crazy fucking action and it's awesome.
And this is on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's 3 hours. So that's something that you need to know. But
is there singing and dancing?
There is, but not as, it's a lot of action. It's a lot of action. It's mostly action. This is a great, if you've always wanted to watch one of these Indian Bollywood movies.
I've seen a Bollywood movie before.
Okay. Shipwreck probably hasn't though. If you always thought like you might be interested, but then you always like, this is the one to dive in on because the action is really well done. It's quality action. Look, the CG may not be perfect. You may like the head sometimes may not be lined up right on the body properly, but it's worth it. It's a good story, great action. RRR.
Great name.
Great name. You know what the R stands for? The first R?
What?
Story. You know what the second R stands for? There's an R in story, by the way.
There is.
My guess is that in like Hindi, it makes more sense.
Arithmetic?
No, it's another word that has an R in it, but it's not the first letter. I forgot what it was. But yeah, RRR, highly recommended. The whole family loved it, but it's violent. It's very violent. So not very violent, but like a solid PG-13, like, I don't know.
Maybe an R?
Like maybe an R, not that bloody and like no sex or anything like that.
So is it like triple R, like triple X?
No. That's probably a worse
Diesel.
movie. Yeah, no Vin Diesel. But by the way, here's a trigger alert. If you get offended when the white guys are the bad guys in the movie, you're not going to have a good time with RRR because it's all about colonialism.
Why would I be?
Not for you. Not for you.
Why do you think that would offend me?
I'm not you, the listeners. Listeners, I know you're not going to watch it no matter what. I'm talking to the listeners. I'm talking directly to the listeners.
I do have a new Doctor Strange though over my shoulder though, so I get to watch. Excited for new Doctor.
It's a lot of cans. Speaking of cans, there's a lot of cans behind you. Also,
I know. Well, those are the cans that the little people come in.
The pops, you mean?
Yeah.
Right.
They're not. Yeah, they're not pops. They're soda pops.
Anyway, watch RRR. It's really good. It's soda pops, right?
It's different.
Right. Totally different. Just the same company, and
it's just the same company making the same thing, but it's different.
Smaller.
So you take these out of the container, but then you stack the container up.
Then you stack
right
the
next
containers
to
up.
Good thing there's no earthquakes in New York.
Yep.
A lot of shit falling over in Wombat's house. All right, what else are we talking about here? And watch this, jerks.
I watched Venom 2. There be carnage. What? I have to watch it.
I know.
That's
How
question.
was it? How was it?
Well, you've seen it.
I know. I'm asking you though.
The first hour of it, I was pretty impressed with. I thought they were doing a good job. And this is like a crisp, I think, hour and 26 minutes. Is this movie?
Wow,
and then
really?
like, yeah,
They ran
once
out of
it gets
money.
Past the they had like you have 90 minutes of CGI, guys. That's what you got.
Mhm.
They probably
Once
didn't
it
even
got
get that.
past the hour mark and it got into like basically a 26-minute battle between Carnage and Venom. Spoiler: there's a big battle between Carnage and Venom.
But it takes a really long time.
It takes a really long time, and they also waited an hour in to get Dr. Dan involved. Like Dr. Dan does not show up if you're familiar with Dr. Dan from the first movie. He doesn't show up until after the hour mark.
Dr. Dan is basically the poor man's James Marsden.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch this movie.
No, you're not.
Venom is an okay character.
They kind of, I think they screwed up though in the middle of that movie. A little too much
for you. I think it's consistent for some level of Venom. Like
I think it would be more consistent for this Venom to leave those bodies before the people die.
Yeah, I agree. But maybe that's for Venom 3. Maybe he makes that morality.
He kills
jump.
a lot of innocent people in this movie. Like 4.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
Okay.
How many people have you killed today?
He's not Venom though.
Yeah, I'm not a alien symbiote.
Are you not?
Prove it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not so sure.
I know. Like, ring a bell.
Yeah, they it's pretty jokey. You like Venom telling like a lot of jokes, Cheapy?
No, I probably would not like that.
What about the same joke like 4 times?
No.
You're a loser, Eddie.
I don't want this.
There's I mean, some of it's pretty funny. I will say.
I want to hear about the next movie.
Sneakerella?
I have a related movie to talk about afterwards.
I know you do because I'm curious about the movie you're getting ready to talk about because it was recommended to me immediately after watching Sneakerella. So Sneakerella is the Disney Plus original that my family's been looking forward to. It's been advertised for months and months and months. It's coming to Disney Plus. This is, of course, the reimagining of Cinderella, where instead of the Cinderella being the female side, now it's a dude who designs sneakers.
Okay.
And it's a musical.
How come it's not called Sneaker Fella then?
Well, there was a Cinderfella.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's another movie.
That is.
That's a Jerry Lewis movie.
like Blavin.
So it's cute. It is a little bit long. It's a musical. It's got the songs, got the dancing, but it's like 2 hours long, and that's like maybe we didn't need much singing and dancing.
Was it good at all?
Yeah, no, it's well done, and it's all like it's all minority cast, right? So it's nice to like see that in like a premiere like Disney movie where all of these characters have been reimagined for a more diverse audience.
Is there a Jew?
The bad guy.
The moneylender.
Mm.
Is there anybody lending out money with high interest rates?
There's not really
And rubbing his hands together.
No.
I'd like to buy your shoes there.
Perhaps
I'm trying to
did
think if there's even like
Them shoes.
his nose look anything like this?
I don't remember any Caucasians in this movie in any significant role.
That's good.
It's black, Asian. That's pretty much it. Those are the two races in this movie.
That works. So the other movie that we were talking about that sort of goes along with this one is called Spin. And I only saw that. I was only on Disney Plus because of ObiWan, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But I saw they had made some movie. Obviously, this is like for 13-year-old girls.
It's next up on our playlist. Yes.
Perfect. So it's about like an Indian girl who wants to become a DJ. And she meets this guy who's into DJing. Wombat is yawning. Look at Wombat yawning. Mm-hmm. Wombat, it's only 9:36.
I know, and I have to be up until midnight tonight. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, wrong button. Where's the yawn button?
And I get.
Oh man,
you ruined it. Anyway, talk about your Indian girl who's a DJ movie.
I found it. It took me a minute. Yeah, it seems like it was well done. I just, I fast forwarded through the whole. I didn't watch it, obviously. I'm not going to watch that, but I just fast forwarded to see like when the turntables came up on to see what they talk about. And yeah, they talk about beat matching and stuff like that. It was, I think you should watch it.
Oh, I definitely will. Like,
yeah,
it was. If Sneakerella wasn't that solid 2 hours, I'm sure that would have come up and I would have been like, okay, well now we're watching Spin.
If Emmeline gets into it at all, she's going to absolutely lose her shit when she comes to my house. Because like you can't even like go 2 feet without walking into some sort of DJ controller of various size and proportion. Yeah, it's good. I'm excited to hear what she thinks about it.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Let's talk about some TV shows, specifically ObiWan. Wombat, did you watch all of it or?
Yeah, I caught up before we did the show.
Oh, nice.
I watched episode 3 because it was raining. So let's watch ObiWan.
Right.
That was the reason.
I gotta be honest. Like when I'm watching these shows, like there's part of me that's just looking forward to making fun of it. Well, I mean, like obviously I want it to be amazing and just be so into it that I can't make fun of it, right? But I recognize the reality of the situation that they're making a lot of these shows and there's only so many good ideas. So I'm there with an open mind, but I'm also there like, hey, if this thing sucks, at least we can critique it in
I don't think
interesting
it
ways.
Sucks.
I didn't say that it sucked.
I'm like, I actually think ObiWan's pretty good.
I have like a few big problems with ObiWan.
Okay, tell me what your big problems are.
I asked Mrs. Cheapy.
They're not.
I asked Mrs. Cheapy if she had anything to say about ObiWan, what a statement to make about ObiWan, and this is what she had to say. She said, like, the big problem is you're watching a show about a Jedi who can't do who's like helpless. So it's kind of annoying to watch a guy who you've seen like kick some ass in a bunch of different ways in different films and TV shows. And now the guy, it's like...
Did you watch episode 2?
I watched episode 3.
You watched episode 3. Okay, so you didn't see
do anything.
You didn't see the part in episode 3 where he kills 6 stormtroopers?
Okay, whatever. But he doesn't even use his lightsaber. I couldn't even clap.
In the second episode, he like kicks a whole bunch of ass when he's escaping.
But he cowers a lot.
Like all those bounty hunters are coming after him.
But then also he's cowering a lot. Also,
well, he
like
also
in certain
has,
situations, and he acts like he doesn't know what he's doing.
He clearly has some PTSD, and he also has there's something going on with his force powers where he doesn't have them anymore.
I don't like that.
Okay, you don't like the plot of the show.
Yes.
The plot of the show is that there's something going on with Obi-Wan's force powers, and he doesn't seem to have them.
But they don't
anymore.
talk about it at all, or it's just...
Oh, I'm sorry that they're respecting the audience instead of telegraphing.
Oh, wait a minute. That show is constantly telling you what's going on, like over and over again. It respects the audience if the audience is like 8. Because I literally turned to Mrs. Cheapy last night, and I was like, why do they keep telling me that this is happening? I'm watching the fucking show. It's just, that's one of those shows where it's always doing that.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like we're watching 2 different shows.
Why do people, I have a question. I haven't read any of the criticism on it. Why do people hate the black lady character?
Because she's a black lady character.
Do they hate the character, or what do they hate about it?
She's black and she's a lady.
Well, that I understand. But they don't have a problem with the Asian alien character wearing the Ching Chong Chinaman hat?
No,
the space version of that? Like what
not.
Like I don't understand why they make these shows in a vacuum. You got Pumpkinhead alien with the tattoos on his head with a cape. You got the alien guy with the space rice patty hat, and then you got black lady. They didn't put any type of makeup or anything on her. I mean, maybe like regular acting.
Well, that's because they showed her at the beginning when she was a child.
I'm just saying it's weird that you have these characters. They're all obviously like aliens, and they have like a unique look to, not just aliens, but like a weird look to them. And then there's just...
Do you remember her from The Queen's Gambit?
The actress?
Yeah.
Or the Inquisitor?
No, the Inquisitor was also in The Queen's Gambit. The actress. She was great in The Queen's Gambit.
I don't remember. Who is she?
She was the best friend for the Queen's Gambit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I think
really
she was amazing in that. I think she's doing a fine job here.
Are people saying that she's not doing a good acting job?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's yeah. I'm like,
I mean, first of all, like the dialogue
ridiculous.
The dialogue in the show is just all. It's meant for 10-year-olds to be able to understand, you know. So it's not. We're not talking
like my
about
son who thinks this is the greatest television show that's ever existed.
Right. So I don't. It's yeah. I don't like watching a show where you have like basically like a superhero who doesn't have his powers. Like to me, that's like.
But at least you understand.
I understand
that doesn't. It's something's going on where he doesn't.
He's impotent.
Yeah,
he needs some. He needs some force.
He's a little
Viagra.
Force impotent. Yeah, he needs force Viagra.
His midi-chlorian level is low. He needs that fucking space Cialis.
Yeah. Did you like Vader?
And it was funny because we were talking about last week how hard it is to write lines for characters like Vader because we know all their lines already. And they didn't fuck it up. He didn't say anything dumb. He didn't say much, but he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything stupid.
Well, that's sort of the trick with him. It's like he can only say like one thing every 3 hours.
Right. Because otherwise he's about to slip up.
And then it has to be other people saying what Vader said to them.
That's fine.
Right? That's the other way you do it. It's like, I spoke with Lord Vader personally. And then everyone's like, oh shit, he spoke with Lord Vader personally.
Well, that's what made Vader like a great character, because he didn't see him all that much. And it was like, the anticipation of being able to see him. Oh, people even talking about him. That's even interesting. But now it's, they got to sell these subscriptions. So we see a lot of Vader. I was hoping they made some references about how he didn't like sand, but they didn't really like put any like jokey Easter eggs.
They didn't really stay on Tatooine very long.
He doesn't like sand.
Yeah. They do that fake out in the first episode where you think it's all going to take place on Tatooine.
Let me just put it this way.
Doesn't.
Obi-Wan better get his fucking mojo back in the next episode, because it's getting a little ridiculous. He's got to at least remember how to use the lightsaber, because you're carrying that shit around with you.
That's the thing, is he actually had a lot of trouble with it.
That would explain the fight that he has with Vader in the first movie.
Yeah.
Can I just say? I'll say what. This is not a spoiler. This maybe the dumbest thing.
Spoiling the hell out of this show.
This is no spoilers.
I haven't watched it at all, and I have not had anything spoiled.
There's obviously if you're watching the trailer, like Obi-Wan
is Vader's in this.
Yeah.
I clapped. Obi-Wan's on the run, as you know from the trailer, right? He's like,
as I know from Star Wars,
right? He's on the down low.
Yeah.
Yet he dresses exactly like Obi-Wan, like the audience would not be able to recognize.
That's one of the things that bothers me. It's like Jedi have a very specific style of clothes they wear.
Right. And like he's supposed to be hiding. So what does he do? Let me put on my Jedi hood that's fucking giant, oversized, that could fit 4 people.
That's how he was in the original movie too.
It's like he went to the Spirit Halloween store and bought spiritual spaceman costume, and he's walking around in that. He's the Jedi.
He's specifically supposed to be like on the run and in hiding, and he changes out of some other clothes to put on his Obi-Wan outfit, so we know that he's Obi-Wan. Anyway, I'm gonna watch more, and I don't know. I like the space Asian guy. I like his voice. His voice is the best. I'm gonna
say I like Obi-Wan more than any of the movies that have come out in the last 20 years.
Well, that's not saying much.
I'm just saying, I think it's better than that.
He's got to step it up soon. He's got to start like force choking people or something. Vader was fucking some people up.
Yeah, but that's Vader's thing. Obi-Wan.
He's got to make up for 3 episodes.
He's pretty passive.
I know.
Not Clone Wars. Clone Wars Obi-Wan, General Kenobi.
Are you talking cartoons?
Yeah. Yeah, he's still General Kenobi.
It's just funny. It was. But
funny.
He
beat up droids.
Yeah, and then
it's pretty passive still to like beat up droids.
Oh, he kills some people in this for sure. He's shooting some people, but he doesn't use his lightsaber, so I couldn't clap. They just tease it. Anyway, I'll watch more because I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
What else we got in TV?
Oh, the new season of Girls 5 Eva started this week or last week. We watched the first episode. That show is really funny. And if you're not watching it, and if you have Peacock, you should definitely be watching it, because it's, I don't know, one of the few things to watch.
Mine's normal size. Sorry.
Womp womp. But no, it's really funny. If you like 30 Rock, you'll like Girls 5 Eva. It's the same jokes. You like Kimmy Schmidt.
You're supposed to say you wish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to watch that because there's no DJing in it.
There might be.
Let me know.
I think there has been.
You did let me know about some show that had table tennis in it that I watched.
Did I?
Shipwreck did. It was like some Anastasia or something like that on Disney. It was something on Disney.
Oh, that's on Disney. That's on Theodosia.
Yeah, that one.
That one's on HBO.
Oh yeah, whatever. I checked it out. It wasn't quality table tennis.
It's not what. Yeah, I don't know why you checked it out.
Well, you know why. You fucking told me there was table tennis, and if you tell me there's table tennis, I'm gonna go look at it.
I didn't know that was something like you're gonna go watch this. I guess you did the same thing with Spin, though. You saw like this is a show for tweens that has something that I enjoy
that I can fast forward to in just a few minutes and see what it's all about, and then I can be hip with the teens.
Oh, you know what I also watched? It's not on here. The new season of Somebody Feed Phil came out over the weekend, and my wife and I binged that intently. That show is great. Nice. Even if you don't like cooking shows, I highly recommend Somebody Feed Phil on Netflix.
Awesome. Let me thank everybody who donated to our charity fundraiser for Children's Tumor Foundation. We raised just under $1,300. Which was really great. And I'm going to announce the winners right now. Unfortunately, they don't give you the email addresses. So I don't know how I'm going to give these prizes out. But Switch Game or Not guy won the $100 gift card. He did donate $250, so that does check out. Bug9327 wins a copy of Spider-Man for PS5. And Ryan's Game Room wins a copy of Super Meat Boy for PC. Thank you, everybody, for participating, and of course go to ctf.org to learn more about NF.
I think we should do some words from our friends real quick and
then
go into new releases.
Do it.
Sure. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Life can be overwhelming and many people are burned out without even knowing it. Symptoms can include lack of motivation, feeling helpless or trapped, detachment, fatigue, or more. We associate burnout with work, but that's not the only cause. Many of our roles in life can lead to us feeling burned out, and BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing stress in your life. I am tired. Work stresses me out. So does everything else in my life. Children stress me out. It's really nice to be able to talk to somebody, and I highly recommend it. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and CAGcast listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/CAGcast. That's BETTERHELP.com/CAGcast. All right. Also, what is Green Chef? Green Chef is a CCOF certified meal kit company. Green Chef makes eating well easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. Green Chef offers a range of recipes to suit your preferences. Time-saving recipes packed with fresh produce and vibrant flavors to help you make the most out of those long summer days. Green Chef is the most sustainable meal kit and the only meal kit that is both carbon and plastic offset. They offset 100% of their carbon footprint as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Green Chef offers 24 always changing recipes to choose from every week, so you never get bored. Their expert chefs curate every recipe so you can enjoy restaurant quality dishes at home without compromising on taste. Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh, and with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. We love switching between the brands, and now you guys can too with a discount from the CAGcast. I use Green Chef. Green Chef is great. I've been using it for over a year. They have great food. It is really high quality, and also sometimes the vegetables come pre-cut and pre-sliced, so you save a little bit of time, and that's awesome. Just go to greenchef.com/CAGcast130 and use code CAGcast130 to get $130 off plus free shipping. Again, go to greenchef.com/CAGcast130 and use code CAGcast130 to get $130 off plus free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well.
Nice.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
How about some new releases?
Yeah. I am playing 1 or 2.
One or two what?
Two, I guess. 2. I've been playing the Pac-Man Museum Plus.
I played some of that on the Game Pass.
On Game Pass. That game could have been better.
Guess what? There's a whole bunch of bad Pac-Man games.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad Pac-Man games.
There's a lot of bad Pac-Man games. You quickly find that out. Like playing through there, you're like, oh, I'm gonna play some Pac-Man. All right, Pac-Man's pretty good still. Oh, let me try this next game over here. Oh, this didn't age well. I don't remember this ever being good.
Also, there's something up with the controls.
They couldn't get Pac-Man.
The first game ever that I'm like, I cannot play this with an Elite controller.
Yeah, there's something up with the controls. Something's not right there. Because I've played other Pac-Man games on the console before, and the controls have been fine. This somehow they fucked up. That's all I got to say. It
is. I didn't know if that was just because I was playing on an Elite with the disc. I didn't bother changing out the D-pad.
It's pretty bad if you can't get Pac-Man right. I mean,
you know how you know it's bad? Shipwreck thought, is it just me or are the controls shitty? I thought, is it just me or the controls shitty? And then I looked it up online, and there were a lot of people that are like, is it just me or are these controls really shitty? And then I'm like, oh, the controls are really shitty.
Yeah, like it was. Yeah, I was playing it going, oh, okay, I'll play another round, but then it was like I was purposely like avoiding the ghosts because I knew if I get anywhere near it, it would just not turn.
Yeah,
sounds great.
You know, this is a game that's all about being able to turn on a dime, and you can't.
Perfect. They'll fix that. They'll fix it.
I'm sure they'll fix it. There's like 14 games in here, but like it's not. I've unlocked, I don't know, 7 or 8 of the games. Like it's got the whole thing where basically it's got like achievements, right, in it that like in-game achievements, like play Pac-Man twice and you unlock Pac-Land or something along those lines, and then you unlock new things for the arcade. The ghosts show up and wander around the arcade, and you can decorate stuff and everything. So I've played either 7 or 8 of the games. I think there's 14 total, but I don't know. I didn't look up what the list of the games were, but it's not like, oh, here's Pac-Man 256 and here's Pac-Man Championship Edition.
It's more like
Pac-Man Championship Edition is in there.
It's just not unlocked.
I don't know if that one's unlocked right away.
It definitely is not. At least not on my game.
How about Super Pac-Man?
Super Pac-Man
2?
No, Super Pac-Man's in there.
Okay. Pac-Man 2, I believe, is in
Sucks
there
anyway.
Yeah, that's the one where you can jump, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Super Pac-Man? No.
Super Pac-Man 2.
Oh, 2.
You can jump.
Super Pac-Man kind of sucks too.
Pac-Man
and Miss Pac-Man are good.
Miss Pac-Man is nowhere to be seen, obviously.
Yeah, obviously,
right.
Yeah. Pac-Land is in there. Pac-Land is
Pac-Land
pretty
is not good.
That is a shitty game.
They got that pinball one. That hybrid game. That game sucked too.
There's so many Pac-Man games that are good.
That was Baby Pac-Man, wasn't it?
They're not in this.
Yeah.
This is not where the good Pac-Man games have come.
Right. All right. That might be something else. What else we got this week?
Well, Sniper Elite 5, which you touched on briefly last week. I've played a little bit more of that. That game is, I feel like the levels are too big for their own. Like the first level is just
real close range sniping.
Well, that's just it. It's not even that. It's not like you're sniping that much. They want you to go from point A to point B and walk across the whole map, and there are people that are like this close to you all the time. So it's good, it's fun. There's nothing wrong with it. I just think they put too much in each level. The level should have been a little smaller.
There's a $90 version of this game. Is that what you're playing?
Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm playing the version that was free on Game Pass.
This is so you're usually really high on these games. It still has testicle shots, right?
It does. It has all the stuff you like, but it just, I don't know. There's just something about the level design that isn't as good as it has been in the past.
All I know is there's a video of Hip Hop Gamer playing this game, and it's just all cuts of him going, whoa, whoa, as the bullets are going through various organs. It's like 10 of those in a row. It was pretty compelling.
I mean, that's always fun. That's always cool. It's always fun. But honestly, there isn't enough of moments where you're getting the cool sniper shot.
Got it.
Yeah. I'm not saying it has to hold my hand, but it should also like set it up a little bit more.
I don't know if I can bring myself to play that game because I feel like if I'm going to be shooting things, I just might as well play Apex Legends because
you shoot things in that too.
It makes my brain happier, I think. What else we got? I have some Switch games that people might enjoy.
Came out.
Ooh?
Did that get good reviews? Moonlander, it's like a Metroidvania type of thing where you play as a space cow, I believe.
What is that? A game for ants?
Something along those lines. I get a lot of emails about it.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you play My Little Pony, a Maritime Adventure?
I will not, or I have not, but I'm sure that will come to my household. The thing with those kids games is they come out at $40 and then they drop to $20 in like 2 weeks, or they show up on Game Pass. So, right. And this is based upon the new show, not Friendship is Magic.
It's good to know.
Yeah, fuck that. What else?
I don't know. You tell me. What else?
Oh,
KO the kangaroo is back.
Remember that? Well, who?
KO the kangaroo.
Yeah.
Cow.
He's wearing boxing gloves.
Oh yeah, probably KO.
He's
not Japanese. KO. You mean he's not Japanese? He's not a Japanese kangaroo.
We were talking about a cow game before. That was Moonlander. This is the kangaroo.
If it was KO, it would be like a dash between the A and the O.
He's wearing boxing. It's got to be KO. He's wearing boxing gloves.
Yeah. I'm with you. Wow. You remember last week you talked about that game Freezer Pop Ship?
Yes. The Handsome Men game.
Yeah, and you said that Whipsmart Banky should review it.
Sure, why not?
It came out this week. It's a new release, and Whipsmart Banky reviewed it.
Let's hear about it.
It's called Freezer Pops, and you're going to learn something today, Wombat. Pay attention. So maybe this might be on Jeopardy. This is a visual novel, a Japanese visual novel called Bara, which is a genre of manga for gay and bisexual men. It's got delightful artwork with different body styles, but only implied nudity. So maybe like a bulge and outlines, or like the penis is like stuff is blocked by furniture, like
Austin Powers
style,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
He says several shockingly graphic and lewd story moments, as well as delightful but predictable plot twists, some really laughable boom chicka wow music, and unnecessary moist sound effects. And there's multiple routes and endings. And there's another game. Wow, it's a double header. Otaku Cross, Pretty Boys Mahjong Solitaire. Wow, we're really delivering. Otoko Noko, Wamba, you're going to learn something. Otoko Noko is a Japanese term for men who have culturally feminine gender expression.
I feel like these games are very appropriate because it's Pride Month.
Yes, we're doing so much. Part of it. We're doing so much for everyone, really.
Otoko Noko. That's fun. It's fun to say.
Yes, Otoko Noko.
What I said.
So I guess it's Mahjong Solitaire, and you can unlock naked mode with graphic aroused male members. Finally, Wombat. They call this HBO on Switch, basically. If you want erect penises, check out Nintendo Switch and HBO Max. Those are your sources. It's on. This is on Steam.
Not yet.
Not yet. They may be working on it. This one, Otoko Cross.
By the time you finish Steam. Freezer Pops on the Switch, maybe Otoko Cross will be there.
Yes. So thank you, Whipsmart Banky, for providing us with some Pride Month content.
The Switch just has something for everybody.
It does. It's the console for the people.
I would say it's the family console for a reason.
Because they have there's nobody at all looking at what's going on in the store.
No one is piloting the ship. Just like my family.
Oh, does the game run? Okay. It has a name? Okay. Fine. Name and a price, and it runs. The Nintendo seal of quality. Put it on there. All right, is that it for the new releases? Any other one that we need to talk about? I don't think so. So let's move on to Wombat's fortnightly news.
I mean, the big news, obviously, with Fortnite is the season last full day is tomorrow.
How'd you do this season, Wombat?
I got up to level, 229?
Wait, you can go over 100?
You unlock stuff.
200 was the max.
You unlock everything at 200, but you can still get other levels after that. They just don't mean anything anymore other than, look, I have over 200.
Right.
What are you doing?
Playing with people, with my friends.
Should we look up
a good time?
It's a lot of hours, Wombat. I haven't looked in a long time.
You want me to tell you?
I'll just look. I'm sure it's in my browser history. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, here it is. Fortnite tracker. Yeah. It's in my history. It's got to be a lot. It's got to be like 100 hours, right?
Did I put? I mean, let's be honest. It's not like I'm playing much of anything else.
I'm not, no judgments. I'm just talking about facts and smirking.
I mean, it's always judgment. It's always judgment.
Everything's, well, that's life. I don't think, you know what? The site's not working.
I played.
It was over 100, 120.
103.
103.
103 hours and 43 minutes. That is since, when did the season start? I don't even remember. I actually remember. It was March 20th. Okay. So March, April, May, June. That's, 3 months, we'll say.
Solid.
Yeah. 30 hours a month. That's an hour a day.
There's a reason why this game is it's still in the zeitgeist and still raking in the money. And it's not just Wombat.
An hour a day.
Those numbers seem low for you.
What? That's only a few hours, Shep. I mean, a few months.
That's an hour, but it is. It's an hour a day.
It's not outrageous because I honestly don't play much of anything else.
Right.
And I'm not usually don't play by myself either. I'm usually playing with other members of this community who are wonderful human beings who I enjoy talking with. So there's that social aspect to it.
That sounds suspect.
I'm just saying they're nice people who I enjoy spending time with.
Aww.
So yeah. So there's that aspect of it as well that makes it kind of like not just the game. And yes, there's the whole Fortnite does battle passes better than anyone else aspect of it.
Okay, now do you want the real number of hours played?
I have 103. I looked it up on Fortnite.gg. What is yours show?
Okay, so
which is usually the
hold
better,
on.
Which is like the gold standard for Fortnite tracking.
Okay. Well, this is Fortnite tracker. I feel like that's going to be good.
I'm telling you.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. You know what? It says 4 days, 7 hours.
Okay. So
same amount. 103 hours.
Yeah. All right. There we go. I was looking at the lifetime and I was like, whoa.
Oh, okay.
All right. We did it.
Yep.
We answered the question. Anything to look forward to for next season? Darth Vader
probably. The big live event on Saturday afternoon, which I better be home for. I can't believe my wife made plans for us, but whatever. And yeah, Sunday. I hope to be spending my Sunday playing the new season. I renewed my crew pass,
nice.
So I can just have the season pass waiting for me when I wake up in the morning. No muss, no fuss.
Part of the crew.
To sleep at night knowing that
the crew has got your back, and you don't have to worry about buying that season pass. Clicking that button.
I don't have to click that extra button.
That's nice. Yeah. Is there? Did you watch the Sony State of Play thing? Because it was on at such a weird time.
It was on at 6
It was
PM.
on at 6.
That's like dinner time.
Yes, I literally watched it while eating spaghetti.
Right.
I watched it after the fact, slightly after the fact.
Was it good?
It was a half hour long.
That's short.
But it's good though, because there wasn't a lot of like people just talking about stuff.
How many controllers they sold?
Yeah. Although I do like that in its proper space. So it was fine. It was a lot of like third party stuff, which they said going in, like
a lot of Capcom stuff.
They kept expectations tempered going into this, right?
Right.
So if you're into the titles they showed, you're gonna think it's great. If you're not, like, if you're like, I know Wombat's a big Resident Evil 4 guy. Resident Evil 4 is coming out again. They're remastering it.
Oh God, you can't be interested in playing that again, can you, Wombat?
I'll be honest, it looked pretty dope.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God, am I really gonna quadruple dip on this goddamn game? And this part of me is like, well, when it gets cheap, I might.
What looked dope about it though? It was a lot of just like cutscenes.
It just looked new. I don't know. I'll give it a when it comes out, I'll reassess the situation.
Oh, you're totally gonna buy it and then play it.
I mean, not on day one.
Day two.
We'll see.
Yeah. When it hits like $15, yes, I'd probably buy it for $15. Mm-hmm. And will it hit $15? 100% it'll hit $15.
So, I mean, it looks good. I'm not a big Resident Evil person, so that didn't do much for me. There was the other horror game, Callisto Project. Is that what the name of that thing is?
I think so, yeah.
Sounds right.
I didn't type that one down because it didn't seem interesting to me.
That one looked really good, but if you like things jumping out at you, like it looked very Dead Space in terms of
it was
kind of
kind of
the gameplay it was, but it was zombie things and you're shooting them in low light situations. Looked like it could be all right. It's out Christmas time frame. Then there was some VR, PlayStation VR 2 stuff.
Horizon VR.
I watched it late, so I saw that stuff come up and I scrubbed through.
Wait, it's Horizon VR, and is it just for the new VR, or it's gonna
it's not the same game. It's a special VR only game.
Yeah, no, I figured that.
And I have no idea.
It said VR 2, I think, up in the corner.
Okay.
But I think they gotta make it
3 games for PlayStation VR 2.
They must be making it for the first one too, though. There's still some, there's a good number of those out there. No, who cares? They don't even care.
I don't know. Maybe they are. Nope, VR 2 only, the chat's.
Okay. Yeah,
my scrubbing skills were right.
Good job.
Yep. They announced Spider-Man for PC.
The first one.
The first and the second one. The second one they didn't show in the Miles, sorry, not the second Spider-Man, but the Miles Morales game.
Yeah. As
well. That's coming in the fall. This is coming a little bit earlier,
okay,
like in
awesome.
August or something. So both of them are coming. Yeah, it's great. It's good. Like, I'm happy that that's happening. It's not blowing up my skirt because I'm still playing those 2 games. Like, Dash plays those every week, so I don't need them again. But it's good that they exist.
Right.
There was Strays.
Yeah, so that's the game where you play as a cat. And it's also the first game they announced that's coming day one to PS Plus Extra. Is that what it's called?
It's the 2 top tiers.
Yeah. So that game will be playable the day it's released if you have one of those. It looks
like
top tiers.
Splinter Cell, but you're a cat.
Extra's the top tier?
No, that's
the middle. The middle and top get this, I think.
What's the top one called?
Spearmint. Juicy fruit. It's extra and juicy fruit.
No.
Premium?
It was
Prestige?
Premium, I think. But
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
We'll never know. No need to know.
That one, I don't know. It looks interesting, but I'm not a stealth gamer. So I was immediately like, oh, cat game, cool, like hopping around stuff. And then like the Vision Cone stuff came in and I'm like, nope.
I don't know. If you have extra, you can play it on day one.
I do not have that either.
There was also that, what was the game called? The roller derby shooting game?
That one, Roller Dome.
Yeah.
That's the one that interests me.
That's a Private Division game.
Yeah.
And that game looks like it could be interesting.
By Roll 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one is I don't know, rolling around, Jet Set Radio, Tony Hawk type stuff, but you're shooting as well. So it's got like the slow-mo bullet time shooting while you're doing the tricks. I think it has a story based upon the trailer. I don't think it's just like a multiplayer thing.
Usually if there's bullet time, multiplayer is tricky.
It's got it's got a story. So
right.
That one looked interesting to me. Street Fighter 6 they showed.
Does it look
an
like Street
open
Fighter?
world Street Fighter?
No.
It's got
Really?
it's got like a wandering around aspect to it.
Huh.
It's got like a maybe it's like an overworld hub. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're not going to do a good job with that.
It didn't look great, stuff. The fighting stuff looked fine. It looked like what you would expect Street Fighter to look like.
Yeah. And if you like microtransactions, I'm sure it's going to have a whole bunch of those too.
I feel like that game's got a long way to go to catch up to like the Mortal Kombat's content-wise.
Totally, well, content-wise maybe, but totally different gameplay than.
Yeah. I'm just talking about like all the modes and just how much shit they stuff in there. And I get it because they're going to try to milk you on the microtransactions, but it's still there.
It does look, Trips Gomez in the chat says, it looks like you build your own fighter, and it does look like that. It looks like you're creating a character.
Nice. That's fun. Maybe.
I
don't know. Could be good.
I'm sure it'll have good gameplay. I mean, it's another one of these things, like, unless you're really into Street Fighter, they kind of all look similar, right? It's like, all right, I've played a lot of Street Fighters.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, me too. And they showed Final Fantasy 16. They showed some of that, and that looked like that's going to be a quality game. So I will play some Final Fantasy 16.
I'm going to leave that to you.
The dialogue is terrible. Like, it's still really bad and over dramatic.
Right.
But the gameplay looked pretty good.
Like ObiWan.
There was another game too that had action-y style combat that you did not write down that I thought looked pretty good. What was that?
Was it the one with the guy with the blade hand?
Yeah. Yeah, it was the Japanese game with the guy who got his hand cut off at the beginning of it.
Yeah, I forget what that was called too because it didn't interest me.
It looked all right to me. It had some good action combat in it. It was action combat / dating sim or something. They said
what
at the end of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't even know what to search for that.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it, right?
It was only half an hour, so how many things can they show?
So there was a good amount of games in that half hour. But yeah, you had to already be like into these franchises to be excited. It feels like Eventide. Yeah. Eventide, of course.
Oh, that's the name of the game with the robot, whatever, ghost hands.
That's what Cablo Gubla in chat says.
Gotta trust him.
Yeah. Yeah. So overall, they did a state of play, and there's games coming sometime in most of them in 2023.
Yeah, I didn't catch that part. So, you can buy. So it seems like it's easier to buy a PS5 now. I see like Amazon is sort of testing out this new like verification thing to let you buy. You have to you can request an invitation to buy a PS5 from them. I guess they check to see if you're a reseller, looking at your data and shit. But there's still no games.
I have a PS5 now.
I know you don't need to get an invitation. You're in the club.
I'm a step ahead.
Yes. Just waiting for the games.
And I don't know. A lot of these things will be multi-platform as well, right? So
probably. I can't imagine Street Fighter.
Street Fighter already had a trailer that had PC and Xbox at the end of it on their official channel. So that one will be multi-platform. I don't know. All of these have come multi-platform at one point. So
I'm sure Resident Evil 4 will be too.
Right. And Final Fantasy has been as well. So I don't know. That's the landscape of third-party games right now, which is a good thing. It's just hard to get overly excited for me on these.
Yep. We'll see what happens with Microsoft next week, right? Next week.
Yes. I believe
Microsoft
so.
Bethesda.
Yep.
That should be exciting.
It seems like they've been playing that one down too, though.
We'll find out.
Have they?
Yeah. It seems like everybody's hedging their bets.
Starfield was delayed.
They already delayed the 2 games, right? So
yeah, we can still show. You know
what I haven't heard about
bullshit
in a while
video
is that Marvel Midnight Suns game that was supposed to be out in February,
right?
And then got pushed to fall. That one's gonna get pushed to 2023, isn't it? Yeah, that's a bummer. I'm already sad about something that hasn't happened yet.
Right.
Oh well, more Fortnite it is.
Who's playing Roller Champions?
I checked out Roller Champions.
That's the Ubisoft free-to-play something?
Yeah, it's like Rocket League, but roller derby. So you're a person on skates. And actually, the gameplay in it is a lot of fun. It's 2 teams, 3-on-3. You have a ball, and you have to roll around the track 3 times while holding the ball in order to unlock the goal so you could score. And if someone on the other team knocks the ball out of your hands and catches it, then you have to start all over again with your track of 3. But you can't pass the ball without having it reset.
It's like roller derby.
Yeah.
I get it.
And it's cool. It works. The problem is that they really don't know how to monetize these games in a way that makes sense. Otherwise, the model's right there. I played that game. I don't think I played that much, but I played maybe 6 rounds, and I was still level 1. Like, the amount of time it took to get to level 2 was just way too long. You want to hook people in, get people up to like level 5 really quickly, because they'll be like, "Oh, I'm leveling up, and this season pass is only 30 levels, and I'll get more levels faster." Get me to want the things.
Throw Wombat a bone, will you? He's trying to get to level 2, and he fucking can't unlock the goal.
It just kind of they don't know how to lead people into wanting to buy it, and it's sort of dumb. And it's the blue team and the orange team, but since no one's buying everything, everyone has the same dumb gray default shirt on,
and it looks dumb.
Every player looks the same.
It looks dumb.
Yeah, because they don't know how to monetize it. People aren't going to spend $30 on an Elvis shirt or whatever nonsense you're selling on day 1 of a game that they've never played.
It's not a real Elvis shirt, Chip. Calm down.
Not a real Elvis shirt?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But you know what I mean. They're just not
I'll say for Roller Drome, which I called Roller Dome earlier. Also, Cablo Gooblo was way off. Eventide is not the name of that game. It's Eternites?
Eternites.
Eternites?
I don't know. That's how I would say it.
Doesn't matter. But anyway, Ubisoft do better. It's really
figure it out.
Figure it out. Figure it out.
Play some of the more popular free-to-play games and see how
it'd be like, oh, this is how you get people into your thing.
Yep.
But it's a solid game. It just they screw it up everything else around it.
Yep. All right, let's wrap things up with a CAG bag. One question from Gaming Dad. He wants to know if anyone is playing Diablo Immortal. That's the cell phone game that just came out. You like Diablo, everybody? No, you don't?
Yeah, Diablo's fun.
I do. I like Diablo a lot. I'm not playing it on my phone.
It looked kind of good. Like, I'm sure they spent a lot of money on making it, and the phones can make the game look good now. I wonder if Mrs. Chibi's going to play this, because she liked Diablo. And
I'll give it a go. Does it support the controllers?
This is what I was going to say. If you use it with the Backbone, I think has like exclusive stuff for the game.
Okay, so it does support that.
Yeah.
That might be all right.
So you could do that. You could Backbone it out and get some like little bit of some free trinkets.
Why don't I do that?
Oh.
Wait, this is on PC too? This game's on PC too?
I don't know. What's a PC 2? Is that like an Xbox? Is that like an Xbox 2?
Yeah, I guess it is. Diablo Immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah, mobile and PC. Oh. It looks like a real game. Any reviews for this or what? Where's the Metacritic when you need it? Metacritic Diablo Immortal. Oh, 81. That's good. Good enough for Diablo.
I don't know if I want to play free to play Diablo. I feel like there's just something about it.
Cash grab?
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it'll be that whole same thing where they just don't, it won't be monetized properly.
Maybe they know what they're doing though. They seem to pay attention. I don't know.
Maybe they do. Maybe I'm wrong.
It certainly took a long fucking time to put out a game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know it took like it was like how many years since they put out a game? It was a long time. I remember reading it. It was the longest that Blizzard's ever gone without putting out a game, I think. And it was like 2,000 something days, 2,033 days. Did I just make that number up? You'll never know.
You may have.
We'll never know. I did not know that was on PC. He says it's a great vampire-based building survival MMO. Oh no, that's a different game. That's Vampire Rising. Is anybody playing Vampire Rising? I was like, I didn't know Diablo was a vampire-based building MMO.
I know. I've seen people talk about it, but
it's very simplistic looking. Have you seen what it looks like? It looks, it's like 2-bit.
People are really into it, though.
Yes. It looks hard. It looks like it's not for us, mere mortals. Maybe Shipwreck. Shipwreck's playing it right now.
V Rising?
No, it's Vampire Rising. Or something like that.
It's coming to Game Pass on PC this month. So you can try it.
Are you sure that there's another vampire game that's out too? Are we getting the vampire games confused?
Look, we don't know a lot about facts and things.
Because there's like Vampire Survivors.
Is that what it is?
That maybe
Vampire Survivors, I believe, is the one that is kind of a top down where you're going left to right and
that's what I thought.
Stuff.
V Rising is a different game.
V Rising is a different vampire game.
We're mixing up our vampire games.
It's got really good reviews.
Good.
Never even heard of it. I'm so out of it. What's going on with these games? So many games. This is like a Steam release?
Yeah, this is on Steam. V Rising is on Steam. And it's it's more of a building game, right?
I guess so.
V Rising found that perfect balance of building, combat, some lore, and exploration. I would highly recommend it for RPG fans and vampire fans alike. That was from CGM Magazine. There's no scores, though. Seems like it's good, though. People think it could be the next big thing.
Nice. I like the next big thing.
Yeah. All right. The next big thing is going to be next week when we do this show. Again.
Then we get to talk about the season pass for Fortnite. It's going to be exciting.
Darth Vader. Yeah, his red lightsaber.
And combat, use coupon code the Wombat 5277, creator code Wombat 5277.
I'm editing that out.
I know you hate it when I do that.
Goodbye.